The man literally gave years of his life. Yeah, it cost him years of his life.
But I feel like, and we were talking about this, I would get all godlike, but like, there's very few people that could have been put on this earth to go through what he had to go through. He
had a medal. He had a medal about it. Yeah.
So, and I know, I believe Ken Griffey Jr. was the one who brought this to the commissioner for every team to start wearing 42.
I mean, it's a really great idea. And like you said, everyone across the league wearing 42 on this day, so it's really cool.
He carried a weight, so many people didn't have to. How was your weekend, Robert?
It was good.
Wait, I know how your weekend was.
Well, I mean,
because on our group text, Robert sends these photos. J-Mac, do we have them?
Right.
This is so good.
Yeah, this is why I love the game. I'm basically, I'm out in the wilderness. I'm foraging for.
You're on the Oregon Trail.
I'm on the Oregon Trail.
What did you say on the text? It's kill or be killed out here.
These photos are from Estes Park, Colorado, a beautiful little town there. And there's just some elk there that we're driving through, and there's just elk just right outside our window, our car window. And yeah, there was a moment where it's kill or be
It's survival of the fittest.
The elk saw me.
He locked eyes?
Locked eyes, and he knew.
He knew you were no threat.
I had a terrible landing.
Don't even tell me this.
I'm not
tell
kidding.
me this.
Normally we make these up. This was real. What a beautiful night to fly. And then all of a sudden we got like into our descent, and you hear the landing gear come down.
Yeah.
And the nose like dipped up, and then he brought it back. Then landing gear went up and around a circle piece before I was like, yeah. Meanwhile, we're doing.
They get on the loudspeaker. They're like, we're fine. Are we fine?
I was sitting next. There was too many flight attendants for that jumper seat. So 1A, I was.
Well, that's
1B.
good, because if they're not worried, you're not worried, right?
She was walking me through. She's like, oh, I don't like this one.
Oh, yikes.
It was rough. There was lightning and everything going.
Yeah, and I landed a few hours after you.
You were all right.
And it was okay, but of course delayed. Shocking.
Standard.
Shocking.
While you were on your flight, hopefully you took in the last couple minutes of the Masters, and then you enjoyed some Sunday night baseball from Los Angeles, Padres, Dodgers, and it was San Diego first on a Manny Machado solo shot, scoreless in the top of the fourth until forcing fastball up and out.
How many walks did the Dodgers have?
14.
14, flip it.
Yeah. The last time the Padres had this many walks in a game, 1979 against the Pirates, and the game lasted 19 innings.
Dodgers tied up in the bottom half off Yu Darvish to put LA on the board. That's Will Smith. Freddie Freeman come on home, and the game tied at 1. Max Muncy made a really nice play in the field and then took care of business at the plate. Next batter, 2-run shot right field. A 6-pitch at bat. He pitched him everywhere. His 4th homer of the season. The Dodgers lead it 3-1. I love that camera shot. How good did this feel for Jurickson Profar, who earlier in the weekend was the subject of some harsh words, let his bat do the talking. He was asked about a comeback. We'll explain this coming up. He said, no thank you. Just a bases clearing double off the wall in center field. And the Padres lead at 6-3. Bottom of the 9th, same score. Last chance for Los Angeles. A game-ending double play, and the Padres win it 6-3. Here's Manny Machado after the win.
Yeah, it was great. This whole week we've been bouncing back, playing really good baseball as a group, and continue to do the things that we worked on in spring training and believing in each other. So we just keep believing and working every single day. There's a lot of things that we can get better at every single day. That's the beauty about baseball. It's 162 games. It's a long season, and it's a lot of work to get done. So this group of guys, man, we come in every day, we work, we have a good time, and at the end of the day, once 7 o'clock hits, we just go out there and compete.
Remember, they split with the Dodgers in Korea, and then they take 2 of 3 in Los Angeles. All right, we're in Cleveland.
So
you can't do that, Nestor.
Nestor Cortez.
You really can't. That should be illegal. I'm serious.
You can't. Are you saying you can't pump fake?
You can't pump fake.
You can't pump fake?
Everyone knows.
Nestor.
Oh, I love it.
3rd inning.
You're going to detention for that.
Aaron Judge. This is a 3-run homer, his 3rd of the season, and the Yankees, who were looking for the sweep, lead 3-0. We go to the home half of the 5th. Josh Naylor, friend of the program, ties the game at 4. Move to the home half of the 8th. Esteban Florial facing his former team, and you know that has to feel good. First go-ahead pinch hit homer in the 8th inning or later since September of 2013 for the Guardians. Anthony Volpe, yes, ties the game at 5. And then we go to extra innings. Anthony Rizzo, H to the Izzo, that's down the line. 7-4 New York, he's fired up. Home half of the 10th. These highlights are cut very tight.
Yeah, you better speed up.
Andres Jimenez
Stay with me.
with the game tied at 7. Guardians.
Put it in your pocket, Juan.
Walk it off. Florial had 1 career homer coming into this series. He hit 2 this weekend.
Ronald Acuna Jr. in the top of the 4th. Braves and Marlins. His necklaces are getting cooler. Like, they're more extensive.
You remember that one he wore at the All-Star game where it was a miniature version of him?
So ridiculous. He's the only one who could do it. He's so good. Braves extend their lead 5-1. The Marlins lost power in the offseason in the form of Jorge Soler, of course, but they had some nice at-bats on Sunday. A runner on second, Brian De La Cruz in the bottom of the 4th. RBI single to center, and the Marlins trail 5-3. Jesus Sanchez getting in on the action in the bottom of the 6th. The runner on second, and that'll do. That'll tie up the ball game at 5 runs apiece, an RBI single to center field.
I was watching this game in the airport, and I was thinking the Marlins are going to take 2 or 3 from the Braves. They're going to do it.
Think again, Nick Gordon.
These are the games that demoralize you.
This was after a pitching change. Camera goes up.
Oh, mommy.
And 2-run shot to right, but then the Braves took over. Miami has 3 wins on the season.
Yeah.
They took a 7-5 lead here, but Marcell Ozuna, this dude, batting .373.
The big bear.
22 hits, 7 home runs.
That's not a bad pitch.
It's not. And
7 home runs?
he had swung at the same pitch and missed the previous pitch.
Miami is there. Here he is post-game.
No, I just think he put in play, and the run is a second. He can run and he can score easily. I just don't put the ball in play, then I make a good contact. That's why I get the result. First one, no, because I feel like I hit a little out of the balance, and the second one I thought I got it. And this one, I don't even know. I just think he hit the wall, and that ball gone. Because we play together, we always unity, and if I can do it, if I didn't do it, someone behind it can do it, and then that's how we play. A smart team, play good teams.
He's got a 13-game.
Bring it out to the digs.
Let's go.
The only game he has not gotten a hit in
You said this
was on opening day. He has hit in every game since
They wanted
then.
to run him out of town
this time last year.
He was hitting .085, and then he went berserk. Okay, so over the weekend, I wanted to bring you guys out to the digs, and we'll kind of overview
I like what you've done with the place.
It really is. We put the jukebox in here.
Yeah, since we don't use it anymore.
I know that's
Wait, why aren't we
that
not
segment
using
went
it
by
anymore?
because we couldn't get any song cleared.
Yeah,
Lauren.
it's kind of an administrative.
When I give my heart to this segment and I get told no, and then I end up with some garbage song,
Hi.
I don't want to do it. So,
Okay.
all right, let's start. Let's broad brush the Dodgers-Padres.
Okay.
Because there's a couple things that went on. First off, you know how I feel about Fernando Tatis.
I like
And on Friday, he took a backup slider from Ryan Brazier. He owns Dodger Stadium, by the way. .314 batting average with 11 homers, 22 RBIs, and .981 OPS in 31 games. Did you see that pitch? That's a 2-0 count, backed up. Normally, that curveball is going away from you, and he's going to get a little frontward lean. He stays all over that. And then another thing that caught my eye Friday night, we talked about Jackson Churio, Jackson Holiday.
Nice
There's a
play.
guy playing center field at 20 years old for the Padres named Jackson Merrill that is doing his thing. Big, huge knock in the top of the 11th on an 0-2 pitch right there to seal the win for them. So I wanted to give him some love because he's gotten off to a nice start, and it is not easy to be a shortstop your whole life and them go, hey, go play center field in the big leagues. Now, this Let's dive in on this a little bit. First off, Gavin Stone is not trying to hit jerks and Profar.
He's got a perfect game going, right?
So I don't understand what Profar's doing except to try and spark his boys.
He's just fired up.
The only problem is you got Will Smith behind home plate, and he don't play that.
No, he doesn't.
With 140 million gigantic in the bank, he doesn't play it.
I don't understand Will Smith.
I don't understand.
He's quiet, but then he's got edge.
Okay, so I like that. I'm going to take you back. WBC against Mexico, which, mind you, Mexico throttled us that night. But Randy Arozarena walks to the plate. We'll get into it in a second, because none of this made sense, right? Here we go. Hey, give me Nux, stat me up right here. Nothing. Crickets. And I'm sitting there with Pettit. I'm like, is there something we should know? I go, Will, what's going on? He's like, no. Why am I giving the opponent Nux to start a baseball game? Lauren.
You see it on First all the time. I mean, anyone who comes to Freddie Freeman gives him
But
Nux.
he's the catcher, right? And it's
I like it. It's just different.
It's different. It's different.
Hey, Will, don't change. I'm in.
Yeah.
We're in.
And I get what Profar was trying to do, too.
Real quick, how important was that weekend for the Padres?
Huge.
Yeah.
I think the NL West is like, you can make the argument it's the toughest division. I know Colorado takes it on the chin, but we have no idea who's going to finish second behind the Dodgers. It's going to be tough. All right. Ozuna. Can we dive in on how good he's been? We're going to rip, and he makes me laugh. His home run trots, I don't think he knows, he blacks out and just starts doing hand gestures and signs that don't make sense to anybody. So 0-2, Tanner Scott, he's going to hit this good pitch right here out to left center, and then he's going to give me like a birdie coming around first. I don't know what that represents. And then we're spinning something, and then he's going to do the Jazz Chisholm Euro step. Watch. Layup off the backboard. But he has been, and I'm telling you, I live in Atlanta. They were trying to run this guy out of town for some off-the-field stuff and for not producing on the field. But ever since last year, right around August, you can make the argument he's been the most productive hitter in the entire sport. Look at this.
Wow.
MLB ranked since the start, August 2023. Homers 1, ribbies 1, OPS 1.
He said Miami raised me, so it was important for him to do that there. Look at those ranks.
And I still go back to that trade. I know it has nothing to do with this, but I mean, we traded, he went to the Cardinals for Sandy Alcantara and Zach Gallen. 2 number 1s.
Yeah.
How we doing? Okay. Kutch, we're going to give you some love. 300 pounds.
Yeah, congratulations.
One of the best players of a generation, really, for like a 10, 15-year stretch. And what I love about Kutch, right, I know he came back for the 300 homer, but he also came back to kind of be that pillar for the young Bucko crew. And I just wanted to go back in time, take a look at his first homer, look at him eating it up. He was loved in Philly. There's his first homer against Francisco Liriano back in the day. Looking thin. The swing hasn't changed much. I'm going to show you his 100th homer as well. God, he wrapped that top hand, lightning bat speed. 100th homer there in American Family Field. Kutch has been doing it a long time. He was a 2013 NL MVP. One of 19 players with 2,000-plus hits, 300-plus homers, 200-plus stolen bases.
It was a really human moment after the game. He said in Philly he was making $20 million. He didn't feel like he did right by the fans. That's such a human moment for a star, right? So he said it was nice.
And a Pirate fan, caught the ball, and they had a nice moment after the game. Gave him the ball back.
Yeah, they didn't want anything. Yeah. Look at this. War leaders, I fight nays on war because I want someone to come out and actually show me. It's blending everything, but what's a replacement player look like? No one's proven that yet. But from 2011 to 2015, Trout, Cabrera, McCutch.
Wow.
Okay, so he's the best player in the National League for a good 5-year window, which is pretty impressive. So I wanted to give him some run. And we'll finish it up with your team, because I think they might have weathered the storm. We're going to get Verlander back, Fromber.
This was a big weekend for them to take 2 of 3.
When? Friday?
Pause this real quick.
Is that Friday?
Yeah.
I just want to take you through why this guy. First off, Nate Eovaldi, you know how I feel about you. I'll take you any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Nate is one of the best.
Altuve comes up, we got to walk him. He's got 7 bombs off him.
Yeah, that's the most home runs Altuve has against any other pitcher in the game.
And one of them was 0-2 and one of them was 3-0.
That's what we're going to show right here. Lauren, watch this. So run it. 0-1. So now you're thinking 0-2, let me just waste a pitch at his neck, up and in. Got him. Leaked out a little bit over the plate. He swings it literally the rosin bag. If the guy turned around and threw the rosin bag at him, he'd take a hack at it. Now he's got him 3-0 in a 1-0 game. He's not swinging. Let me steal a strike. Train tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 home runs against one pitcher's doing it. I know Brian McCann, my buddy's got crazy numbers against Ricky Nolasco, and we had this kind of running joke that, those are the guys that build your house.
And Nate Eovaldi is one of the best big game pitchers of this generation. So
The guys that build your house.
You got to own somebody. 2024, Jose Altuve, 382, 5 bombs, 7 RBIs in 17 games. He's got 7 homers and a 792 slug against Eovaldi.
he's been really good.
And he's been the 3rd best hitter in the sport since 2022, behind Judge and his teammate.
Yeah. Let me.
Jordan.
Can I borrow that real quick? I want to show you something that happened
Here we go.
at Dodger Stadium. Now, this is Manny Machado last night going deep off James Paxton.
Okay.
And then nice catch. I would prefer that you do that barehanded, sir. But
What do we got? Oh, geez.
yeah, he threw a fake ball. Whatever. He thought he was. See, he thought he was.
Listen, I love it, but I don't understand what.
Yeah. So there you go. That was just one thing that I noticed.
That's what they did in Wrigley all the time. They didn't want to,
Yeah.
Does that chap you?
What?
You see Manny hit his home run, I think, on Friday night and look back. There's
heat between these two.
There's heat.
Yeah.
And that's
And I love it. That's why whenever the Dodgers and Padres are playing, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in. So, all right, let's go to break. When we come back.
There is a speed bump on the front. 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 There is a speed bump on the front.